I'm super excited to put this together for you because I think thought leadership is for everyone, not just people in suits, and I really want to encourage you to give it a go. So, the first benefit of thought leadership is to earn trust. When people trust you, they're more willing to spend their money with you. They get to know you, they know what you stand for, and they know what you stand against. And even they get to know what your voice sounds like. If you're doing a course and there's tons of videos and people think, oh, I couldn't stand to listen to that accent or something like that, then they know all that beforehand. So it might even repel people who wouldn't be a good fit. But it brings people into your world and they start to understand who you are and what you stand for and what you stand against. If there's something in the industry that makes you really angry or that you think is dodgy, you can start talking about that and you can gain a platform based on what you stand against as much as what you stand for. It's all about people getting to know the real, authentic you. Don't present a fake, perfect persona. Present the real you, the person who stumbles a bit in videos or makes mistakes or hasn't got everything sorted themselves, because people like real human people and people buy from people. If you're hiding behind your brand, thought leadership is a way for you to step out into the spotlight. I know that makes people feel uncomfortable, but it really has so many benefits. So the second benefit is to get a competitive advantage. If your competitors aren't dipping their toes into thought leadership, then this can be a wonderful opportunity for you. When I started making videos, I thought there's tons of copywriters out there, like gazillions of copywriters. And I thought, I reckon a lot of them are introverted and shy and won't do videos, but I'm willing to do videos. And that to me has made a huge difference in my business because I was willing to do something that my competitors weren't willing to do. Not all of them, some of them. I started showing up in video and it made a huge difference to my business. So thought leadership can be a great opportunity for you to do the things that your competitors aren't doing. You can also outserve your competitors. You can do things that they do, but better. It's a tactic in SEO called skyscraper content. So if your competitor's ranking well for a particular subject, then maybe you can produce a bigger, better, bolder piece of content with more links, more research, more videos or something like that. And your skyscraper is taller than theirs, so you can nab that SEO term. But it helps in any kind of thought leadership. You can just keep showing up more, serving more free downloads, more free value, all those sorts of things. Whatever your competitors aren't doing, you can do it better than them with thought leadership. The other thing to focus on is that you can show up for your audience. If your competitors aren't showing up for your audience, then this is a way that you can stand out by offering a lot of brilliant value. Lots of free advice, lots of free tools, downloads, those sorts of things, so that your competitors start to follow you and, as I said in the previous video, trust you. So if you're looking to gain a competitive advantage, then thought leadership is a brilliant strategy. The third one is very exciting and it's getting warm leads. I get people coming to me all the time saying, Kate, I've been following you, I like what you have to say, and I'm now ready to work with you. And isn't that much nicer than someone coming to you going, I'm looking at you and 10 others and tell me why should I choose you and what's your price? The first type of lead are warm. They've got to know me, they've trusted me, and now it's really just a final step in the process. Whereas those old leads are cold, they really don't know who I am, they don't really care, and that's where things like price can really play into their buying decision. So if you want to get more warm leads coming into your inbox, then give thought leadership a try. Who doesn't want to charge more, earn more money? I know I do. We're not doing thought leadership just to be famous and not make any money. We're doing it to have a successful business. So back in 2019, I think, Edelman and LinkedIn did a study. Side note, I will share the link of that study below because I really hate it when people talk about research studies, but they don't share the source. That is so annoying. Anyway, this study found that 61% of decision makers, that is buyers, would pay a premium for brands or people that had a thought leadership strategy in place. So that's like almost 2/3 of people will pay extra. So how good's that? If you want to increase your prices, then thought leadership is a great way to do it. This is another one that I really love, which is SEO rankings. If you're putting out quality written content, that is blog posts on your website, you will start to rank for more search terms. People are typing in their problems into Google every single day. And if you are there in the rankings, it gives you such an advantage because they've already decided that they have a problem that they need help with, and you are there with the solution. So instead of marketing to people who say you're a buyer's advocate and you help people buy and sell houses, most of the time people aren't buying or selling a house. So they're not your target audience. But when they go into Google and type, how do I bid at an auction, or how long should my sales campaign be, or do I need a marketing video, all those questions they have, they are at that right moment in the buyer's journey, and you can grab them when they're ready. And that is so valuable. Not many marketing tactics can achieve that the way that SEO can. You can tell I'm keen on it because I'm crapping on about it, right? So, thought leadership is brilliant for SEO. That means more people coming to your website, and they're hanging around on your website more because you've got all this awesome content on there. And they start to think, oh, this person's cool. They know what they're talking about. They start to trust you, and then they start to warm themselves up and hopefully get in touch with you soon to inquire about working with you. So if you want to increase your website traffic, then thought leadership content can help. Growing your email list. Everyone talks about email being far better than social media. Social media engagement rates are about 4%, but email open rates are about 20%. So you can reach a far better audience with email, and your thought leadership will give them valuable content. If you're emailing your audiences regularly, then it can be a struggle to know what value to give them. Everyone's talking about showing value, giving helpful stuff. Thought leadership is how you can do that. And once you've got a thriving list, it means you can sell out your programs quicker because you've got a list that's engaged, and they're engaged because you're sharing brilliant content in your thought leadership strategy. So if you're looking to grow your email list, then thought leadership is a great way to start. So when you start sharing free helpful stuff, awesome content, great articles, people start to take notice. They start to follow you on your social media platform of choice. They start to discover you with your SEO, and they start to subscribe to your emails. So you get more followers, you get more email subscribers, and you get more website traffic. You just become more visible in general. So people see you and say, wow, you're everywhere. And you haven't spent a cent, that's hard to say, on advertising. It's so easy to flick past ads. At the moment, I'm getting a ton of ads on Facebook from all sorts of people with their mini offers. And that's fine, but with thought leadership, they're discovering you for free. It can be a great way to widen your sphere of influence and be more visible. I worked in PR for 15 years. Yes, I'm old, before I turned to copywriting. And thought leadership gives you a brilliant way to open that door to PR opportunities. You can pitch yourself to podcasts or guest experts in specialist Facebook groups. There's so many masterminds and groups out there, and they all are offering guest masterclasses. So you can be the guest. I'm doing one next week. And it's a great way to widen your influence. If you've been putting out great thought leadership content, then journalists will start to discover you. I had a client who was doing a Google search for a key subject, found my client, and she was then featured on Channel 7 News. So it was a brilliant PR opportunity. When I was working in PR, I would have died to be able to get that opportunity for my client. I was so excited for her. So thought leadership can really open up brilliant PR opportunities like podcasts, guest experting, even TV, opinion pieces. A lot of media have space to fill, so you can share some of your content as editorials, opinions, those kinds of things. I could go on forever about this, But as you can see, there's plenty of benefits to using thought leadership to leverage your PR opportunities. Just another reason why thought leadership is awesome. And it's more sales. Because even though thought leadership is nice in itself, you want to sell more stuff, and thought leadership can help you get there. It helps you stand out from your competitors. It brings more people into your world. It starts to help you be positioned as an expert, an authority, and great at what you do. People start to believe you. So selling to them becomes much easier. A lot of people say to me they hate being salesy. But if you don't sell in your business, you won't have a business. So you need to be comfortable with selling. And if people come to you with warm leads, which I previously talked about, they've got to know you, they believe you, they trust you, they're keen, it's much easier to sell to them. All you need to do is kind of tell them your price and when you're available, and you're done. So making sales is much easier when you have thought leadership. It also reduces your time. I used to do really long discovery calls where I'd have huge discussions with people. I don't really do that much anymore. I still have chats, but they're much shorter because people already know the processes and the things the way that I work. So the selling process becomes much more efficient, and that saves time. So you're not wasting hours on discovery calls that may or may not lead somewhere. Sales is another benefit to thought leadership. So I hope I've persuaded you. Leadership. And this is like the warm and fluffy one. It's just to help more people. If you start showing up, sharing your brilliant mind and all the expertise that is in your head, then you'll help people. And that is so nice. I've had some beautiful comments and things. Someone just shared my content and just gave me a shout out, and I was so chuffed. So it's a bit of ego bait, really, but it can be super enjoyable just to help others. It's a bit cheesy, isn't it? But it's so true. You can make a difference with people. Even if they never spend a cent with you, you can help them. That's really lovely. The other thing that is great about this influence that you have is that you can use it to leverage new opportunities. If you're an employee and you're using thought leadership to raise your profile, it doesn't matter which company you go to, it's still all you. You can take all that reputation with you. It's not your brand, it's you. So you can go and do new things, and it can build those stepping stones to a really exciting future because you've had the guts to show up and share your vision and share your insights and your real, true, authentic self with all your flaws, because people still like you. So that's my final benefit. It's a super nice one, isn't it? Just to be more helpful and help people. So if nothing else, that's kind of pretty cool on its own. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon.